Hey there everybody, welcome back to the Art Shack. Hope you're all doing well today. Well, last week's video I wanted to do a how to draw a palm tree video, but I ended up doing a whole landscape. So a lot of you really enjoyed what I did, but I still really want to show you how to really get in and how to draw a palm tree. So that's what I'm going to be doing with this video. For this drawing, you're really only going to need two different pencils, a 2H and a 4B. I just started doing two palm fronds here just to show you how they're going to end up turning out. I did the first layer with a 2H, and it's really just a layer to go dark with and to just get some nice lines down. And then when you go over it with the 4B, it's gonna leave all those lines that you placed in, and they're gonna show up as highlights. So it really gives the palms a really nice three-dimensional look in the end. And here I start with the 4B pencil, and hopefully this translates well to video, but you're gonna see a lot of tone variation within these palms, and hopefully you can see the highlights. But if not, believe me, it works really well. It gives the palms a really nice look in the end. So that was just a little practice run just to show you really close how I do it, and then I zoom back a bit and I start drawing in a whole tree. I always start with the stem of the tree or the trunk. I'm not sure how it's called with a palm tree, but I know you all know what I mean. So with this, as you can see, I like to draw little horizontal lines. I'm doing this again with the 2H pencil. This just helps to add a lot of detail, texture, and variation within the stem or trunk of the tree. And it just helps to give it a really, really nice look. And then again, I'll go over this with the 4B pencil, and I'll shade one side darker than the other just to give it some volume and 3-dimension. And once again, the lines I did with the 2H pencil will show up on top of the 4B pencil. So it's really, really cool how that happens. It's just a really, really easy and simple way to add texture without a whole lot of effort. And so with these tricks in mind, the time it takes to actually draw something like this, it limits it down to just minutes. It really doesn't take much at all. It's just a matter of how much detail you want to add into it. And then when I start drawing the palm, I usually draw in this fuzzy thing. I don't know what to even call it. I just do that just to kind of save myself from drawing in all that dark area at the end, because that area of the tree is usually clustered with the leaves, and it gets very dark in there. So I always just try to darken that spot up right away just to save myself the trouble. I'm doing the same thing as I did with the example portion of the drawing. I'm doing the first sketch with a 2H pencil, and once again it is just to get a basic shape going, but it's also so that when you go over with the 4B pencil, those lines you did in the 2H will show up as highlights. It's kind of like mixing water and oil. Mixing a 2H with a 4B doesn't mix, so all the lines that you made with a 2H pencil will show up even though you shade over it with a 4B. So just be a little careful not to make any stray lines, because you'll see them when you shade over it. It's kind of like when you put a quarter underneath a sheet of paper and then you shade over that, and then you'll see the quarter appear on that sheet of paper. It's kind of like that. I don't know if any of you have done that. I remember always doing that in like elementary school. But it's the same concept as that, and it's just a really neat way to make texture without having to go through a whole heap of effort. I'm always looking for different tricks to make my drawing easier, because I don't like to sit for like 8 hours, working on one element. I always like to move quickly from one thing to the other. So when I was drawing these, I just like to make the leaves look like they're falling with gravity. So I always make gravity look like it's having an effect on these. I also like to make them look like wind is having an effect. It just gives them a much more lifelike feeling. The two example ones I made them look, kind of out of place a bit. But if you put those two on a tree, it'll look like the wind is just whipping at them. And you'll notice that a few of my drawings that I've done, I usually like to do the palm trees in that motion. But you'll notice that the drawing I did last week, I also did something like that. So all in all, this drawing took me about maybe a half hour of my time, which isn't bad. But I didn't put in a whole heap of detail within this palm tree. I kind of wanted to keep it a little more simple. I was really just aiming to show you, just the very basics of how I would attempt to draw a palm tree with some detail. So I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, it really helps out. And if you'd like, please subscribe. I try to release a video every now and then. And I will see you guys all later. Take care.